Welcome to Optimizing Name-Based Search Settings in Elements. In this video, we will outline the basic steps for curating search settings in Northwestern Elements to maximize publication retrieval from data sources. If users are not seeing their publications in Northwestern Elements under claimed or pending publications, or are seeing too many publications under pending publications, the name-based search terms may need to be modified. Follow these steps to modify the search settings. Visit Elements at elements.northwestern.edu. Log into Elements using your NetID and password. Click on Impersonate Another User at the top of the page. Enter the desired faculty member's name in the Name Contains field using last name, comma, first name. Note that the field Member of Group is set to Organization, which is the default setting that searches all active faculty and staff in each department, school, office, etc. To narrow the search, select the desired option from the drop-down menu. Note that the field Include Inactive Users is unchecked as the default setting, and so this does not search the preserved profiles of faculty and staff who left Northwestern University since 2016. To include these inactive user profiles in your search, please check the box next to Include Inactive Users. Next, click on Set Filters. Click on the desired faculty member's name to impersonate them. Please note, to stop impersonating a user, go to the top of the page and click on the X next to the impersonate user's name. Click on the menu icon in the top left-hand corner. Under the My Profile, locate Settings list and click on Name-Based Search. In the Name-Based Search box, under the Name Variants, add separate name variants for all names the user has published under. Make sure to add maiden names or other first names or any other name variant the user has published under. Click on the green plus to add search terms. The search synchronizer will search these terms with a Boolean OR. So in this case, it would search Gutzman K or Gutzman KE or Taylor Karen or Gutzman Karen E. Under addresses, add Northwestern University. You can also add Lurie Children's for faculty that work in the Department of Pediatrics. To find publications from before the user was at Northwestern, add the name or city of the previous institutions at which they published. For example, if they were at Yale University, add Yale University, or you can add New Haven to the addresses search box. Click on the green plus to add search terms. Adding address terms will restrict retrieval to publications the author produced while at those institutions. So sometimes adding multiple addresses is useful. The search synchronizer will search these terms as all the name variants for Karen Gutzman and Northwestern University or Yale University. If you need to add additional search terms to find publications, you can use start date, keywords, and journals. However, adding information will significantly narrow the search. We suggest only using these fields when absolutely necessary. Under normal circumstances, we recommend making sure start date field is blank. However, if there are too many results from before the user began publishing, consider adding the date that the user began publishing, so prior publications are not included in the automated search. It is advised to use this carefully and only in relevant cases. Under keywords, if the user publishes all of their articles in a specific field and uses the same author-supplied keywords, you can limit the search to those specific keywords. Use this field carefully, as the presence of a keyword search may exclude relevant results. Click on the green plus to add search terms. Under journals, if the user publishes in certain journals, it is possible to add them to the search settings. Use the journal field with caution so as not to exclude relevant results. This will limit the search only to those journals listed. Click on the green plus to add search terms. Once you have added all relevant search terms, scroll to the bottom of the page and click on the Save button to keep all of the changes that have been made. The Elements Synchronizer is a service that ensures user publications are up to date by performing regular searches against the online data sources. All data sources are synchronized independently and the work is managed by a work queue. Users are drip-fed when their profile becomes stale, so that would be every 14 days, or when their search settings have changed, or if a system administrator places them in a queue. If you would like to search immediately, you can scroll up to the top of the page to the section labeled Status and click on Run My Searches to immediately search the databases listed. You can also go back and remove special items in the search that you only needed run once and not ever again, such as an affiliation that you included once to get all past publications for the user when they were affiliated with that institution, but for which they are no longer affiliated. Be sure to click Save at the bottom of the page. Specific article IDs can be used to retrieve individual articles that can't be harvested using name-based search settings. For example, if you know that a publication for the user has been indexed by PubMed, Web of Science, or Scopus, but for some reason is not showing up in the user's pending or claimed lists, you can go to the database, in this case, PubMed, and get the unique identifier for the article. In Elements, add the ID and choose the online database, and then click on the green plus button. Then click on the Save button at the bottom of the page, and then scroll up to the top of the page and click on Run My Searches. The PubMed ID will bring the publication into the user's pending publication list. Once on the pending list, you can claim the publication to move the publication from the pending list to the claimed list. Be sure to go back to name-based search and remove the unique identifier by clicking on the red X next to the identifier so as not to narrow any future search. Sometimes the identifier will be removed for you. The final section, source-specific name-based search terms, is where search settings can be configured against specific data sources. The Search by Name box controls which databases are searched for name-based search terms. Turn off name-based searching for a specific database or all of them by unchecking the Search by Name box next to the desired databases. Please note, turning off name-based search terms will not necessarily disable all searches in that database if the user has a claimed author identifier that is used by that database, such as a Scopus author identifier or an ORCID ID. Also, if a database has been deactivated using name-based searching, but is searched using an author identifier such as an ORCID, the search database will appear in the status section at the top of the page. Now let's look at the column called Simple Mode. This default mode is an alternative to the advanced mode. Usually there is an expressed need for the advanced mode. Simple mode searching should usually suffice, which is why you'll see it checked on most users. This mode searches databases which are checked in the Search by Name column using the name-based search settings provided in the section above. Now let's look at the column for Advanced Mode. This mode can be very useful for creating extremely targeted searches, such as the kind that can retrieve items published with group authorships. In this case, it is necessary to create a Boolean query to search a specific database. Common reasons for doing this is when an additional name variant is used only by a particular database, when an author name is only included with a group author name in a specific database, or when you want to define a more limited range of journals. To search with advanced mode, select the advanced mode option for the desired database. You'll notice the toggle move to advanced mode from simple mode. Click on the symbol to the left of the desired database to reveal the database-specific search text fields. Enter a Boolean query with the appropriate syntax for that specific database. Please note that by keeping the search by name box checked when you're using advanced mode, the search synchronizer will search the terms provided under the name-based search that you've already provided above, and also include the terms provided under the advanced mode. Then click Save at the bottom of the page. These alternative search terms for that specific database will be used in the next search. Next, we're going to look at the column for Use Default Search Terms Simple Mode Only. You can use this checkbox if a user needs to edit search terms for a specific database, but prefers not to use the advanced mode. Checking this box essentially allows you to override the default search settings under simple mode. So uncheck the Use Default Search Terms checkbox, and then click on the symbol to the left of the desired database to reveal the padlocks and search terms. Click on the padlock to edit the desired search terms for this database. Click on the green plus to add each search term. Then click on Save at the bottom of the page to preserve any changes. In this example, clinical trial will be searched as a keyword in PubMed. Please note, by keeping the search by name box checked when using the Use Default Search Terms, the search synchronizer will search the terms provided that you've provided above at the top of this page under name-based search, and will also include the terms provided in the Use Default Search Terms for the specific database. Then click on Save at the bottom of the page, and these alternative search terms will be used during the next search. Thank you for watching this video on optimizing name-based search settings and elements. If you have any questions, please contact your liaison librarian or email ghsl-ref@northwestern.edu.